Hey guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm back with another project for you guys today, and we are going to be making burlap butterflies. But in order for the burlap not to fray when we make our butterflies, I am mixing up a concoction here of 50% water and 50% Aleene's Tacky Glue. And shout out to my friend Mary the Craft Hoarder who sent me this giant bottle of Aleene's. Hey Mary. Ages ago, so that's what I'm using, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I did not measure it. I'm just using this styrofoam cup and a stick that I had in my stash, like a stir stick, and till it's thick enough that you're going to be able to paint it on top of the burlap. And then I will come back and show you when I'm doing that, and then after that we'll cut out the butterflies and make them. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back, and I'm just putting the last little bit of glue in the corner of this burlap, and it is a very messy job, and so I've put another one of my craft mats down on top of what I normally craft on, and the whole thing I'm going to take outside. It's a lovely day here today, so I'm going to put these outside to dry, but you really want to get the glue in those fibers. So I'm just using an old brush, and I've used, it is messy as you can see, but hey, what's crafting without getting your hands messy? I've used 3 different kinds of burlap, and they're pretty soaked, so I'm going to just take them outside. Now this glue does dry clear, so there's no worries about it, you know, being colored or anything like that. It will dry clear, and these are probably going to take a couple hours to dry. So when they're dry, I'll be back and we'll do our tutorial. Stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm back, and the burlap is now dry. I did put this outside, and but I ended up leaving it overnight anyway. And now it is super dry and very pliable, but this will not fray. So here is what it's like. As you can see, you can roll it and it kind of stays, but when the pieces are smaller, you'll see. So that's that piece, and then of course I've been cutting some butterflies out already. So there's that, and then there we are with some samples that I did. So let me show you what I've made. These are so cute and adorable. I just love them. Here is one, and yes, it's got super long dangles, but that's okay. Isn't it cute? So what I've done is I just cut out a butterfly shape of the burlap, and again, it will not fray once you've put that white glue mixture on it. Or you could use Mod Podge, and I thought later this would be cute because it's Sparkle Mod Podge. So if you have some of this, maybe do that. You could still go over the burlap with this to make the butterfly sparkly, and I might do that later when I make some more. We'll see, but this is one of them that I decorated, and again, this is another good use for all of our snippets. So I used just little pieces, a little flower. The antenna at the top are just 2 little pearl stamens that I had in my stash that I used for that one, and you can see underneath it, it's got lace. You could use doilies. I've used the little clay flowers on this one, and then this super long dangle just for fun. So that's that one, and then this one I have used lace again, little snippets, but this time what I did was I took some of the burlap fibers and I put some pearls on it for the antenna. I put a bit of rhinestones, some ribbon, more trim, and you can see that on your projects these stay nice and dimensional. You can curl the edges in if you like, whatever you like to do. It's got a little bit of a butterfly trim there, bit of dangle trim on that one. This one is a different shape again. It's shaped like that. You don't have to do 2 layers. You can just do 1 layer, and again I've done the same thing with the burlap fiber and the pearls for the antenna on this one. I just threaded it on the fiber. I've added a couple more of the little clay flowers, some bling, a few little dangles and some ribbon, and very, very fine lace and a little bow on that one. And then this one I did with the brown burlap. And I threaded more pearls on the fiber, added lace everywhere. I've got some pearl antenna, just more laces, and underneath here I've got some of the brown clay flowers with some trim and some lace. They're super pretty and really just adorable, I think. This one's got a couple of little lavender flowers underneath it, little white flower, doodad flower, some of the pearls for antenna and dangle trim. So really anything goes with these. So those are the ones that I've made so far, and I just love them. I think they're adorable. Now that the burlap has the glue on it, you can also make more flowers with it, of course, too, but I wanted to make something a little different, so I went the butterfly route because I do like butterflies. So let me show you what I did to make them. All I did, and you can see here, is just cut out some butterfly shapes, but what I did was I folded the burlap, so I only had to cut, you know, half of it. And the shape itself is super easy to do. Let's make another brown one. The shape is very, very easy to do. So all I did was I folded the burlap a little bit like that. And you can see how stiff this is. It's super stiff. And, okay, start here. I just took a pair of scissors. Now you can print a little butterfly image off Google Images if you want to, or you can take a piece of paper and make yourself a template. I did that at first, but now I'm just eyeballing it because it doesn't really matter what shape you get as long as it's kind of in a butterfly shape, because people will know it's a butterfly. They just will. And basically it's just two half of a heart, like a bigger one and a smaller one. So all I did was I took my good scissors, and because it's a little tough to cut once with the glue on it, and I started down here, and I'm just going to cut up a little bit like that. So you're cutting on an angle like that. And then I'm going to curve that angle around. Don't go off your folded edge there. I'll try and do this one a little bit bigger just for purposes of the tutorial. So this will be the top part of the butterfly here. So you can see I'm just curving around. I've come up and I'm curving around just like you would do if you were cutting a heart out of paper. And then I'm going to kind of go inward to there. And now I'm going to do that same thing again and just do like another little half a hill, I guess, but smaller than the one I just did. So you're going to, sorry, it's very hard to cut this and show at the same time. So now I'm just going to do the other half of that, and then I'm going to go back up again like that. And then you end up with that. Does not have to be perfect. In fact, you can see that those sides are not even, so we're going to trim that up and make that a bit more even. We're just going to cut that. Make that a bit more even. I think this burlap, the darker one, is just a bit more, it's heavier than the lighter colored burlap. So that's what I've got right now. And I'm going to make a smaller version of that to put on top. And that will give us our butterfly. So again, you start from the side. And again, we want this to be smaller. So I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller, round in a circle. And these two do not have to be the same. Because you're layering them on top of each other, so they don't even have to be the same shape. You can trim them afterwards. Okay, that down. And so there's that piece. And then you're just going to lay them on top of each other like that. Now you have your dimensional butterfly. So all I did was I took the top piece, folded it in half, and I just put a bead of glue, hot glue here, right like that, and put it down. And there you have your dimensional butterfly. And now it's just a matter of decorating, so it couldn't get any simpler than that. So what I've been using is this trim. I love this trim. I just find that the scallops on here kind of match the scallops on the butterfly wing. So I just kind of eyeball that and see how much. Yeah, we're going to use 2 scallops on this one. So I cut 2 of these out. And I'm just going to tuck them underneath the wing. Just put your glue down and tuck them under the wing. There we go, one side and then the other side. Glue and put this down. And that's what you're left with. So you can just see the edges of the scallop trim underneath the butterfly wing. Now for this one, I was thinking I might use this little bead trim for the antenna. So I'm just going to cut that. And we will just put this on the top here. Put that down first before you decorate the middle. Just let that dry for a second. You can use anything for the antenna, it does not matter. So there's that. And I've got this really pretty trim that I really like. I used it on the other one, but I think I'm going to just put it on the inside now of this one. I used it on the outside, on the bottom layer of this one, so I'm going to do the opposite and put it on the inside layer of this one. So you're just going to go around with your glue. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I know they're small and I'm zoomed in as far as I can get with this camera. And I am just sort of gathering the trim with the glue and going around the edge of the wing. Again, does not have to be perfect. And we just go around and around. Let's cut some of that off first of all. There you can see that. So we're going to do the other side now. Start down here and just go all the way around. Minus the glue strings, of course. Okay, just keep gathering it up, pinching it till you get to this side. And then go around till you get to the top, and then snip it off. I think this, what I've used, is a little too small for antenna, so I think I'm going to take that off. I think what I'll do is make some with the burlap fiber and the pearls. So all I did was try and pull out these. These are really on here now, but you can get some of them. And I found that if you use the fibers from the burlap that's got the glue on it, they're much easier to thread your beads on. So that's what I'm going to do. So cut 2 of those, and then I'm just going to add a couple of pearls on here, and then put a knot on it, and that will make nicer antenna, I think. So you just slip your pearl on, and then knot it. You only knot one end. You can knot the other one if you want to, but actually it probably would have been easier to knot this. In fact, I'm going to do that before I put the pearl on, because yeah, that would be easier. And of course I'm not going to get this knotted. Oh dear. Nope, that isn't going through. Okay, let's try that again. I'm all thumbs today. I was watching Maggie's video for her postcard challenge, and she was tired, so she made some bloopers, but this is my blooper, me being all thumbs. So okay, do the knot first, then put the pearl on, and then you're left with that. So I'm going to do the other one now before I make another blooper. I should do a blooper reel. I'm sure we've all done bloopers when we're doing videos. You can't think of a word or say the wrong thing. Okay, so then this one's got a knot, so let me just get another pearl here, and I'll slip that on. Okay, so then I've got my 2 little antenna, so these will be better. And also you can see on these ones that when I did the antenna on these, they're a bit floppy because the burlap wasn't treated, so they're a little floppy, whereas if you use the treated burlap, they stand up a lot nicer. They won't flop over. So little tip there for that. And I'm just going to put some glue down and pop those in there. Okay. Just hold that for a second. Glue strings everywhere. And there's your little antenna right there. And then I think I'm just going to use more of this lace just because I like it. This trim is from Craft Supplies For You. It's one of the new Venice trims, but I just love it. I think it's becoming one of my new favorites. And I'm just going to do this and pop some of these scallops on the top of the butterfly. Like that. And then on the bottom as well, but with the bottom ones I'm going to just trim this little edge off here to make them a little bit smaller. Yeah. Trim that off. And pop that on there. Okay, so let's put these on now. Minus the glue strings again. Hopefully you can see. I'm just gluing this down. Put that on. Right side's up, of course. A little bit of glue. Put that on. And then the two bottom pieces. And you can get as elaborate as you like. You know, I was thinking too, it would look really pretty if you had a gathered lace all around the outside of these. You know, you can do anything you want if you just put a gathered trim all around the outside of the butterfly there. So that's where we're at so far, guys. There we go. And you can see they're pretty dimensional. They would sit up so pretty on your projects. So now we need some body and some tails. So that's what we're going to work on next. And I have some very thin, delicate trim here. So I'm going to make a nice tail with these, and I don't think I'm going to add pearls to this one. We're just going to make a little bow. Maybe if I can tie a bow, that'd be great. Okay, bow. I should have used my bow maker. That would have been easier maybe. But okay, so you just want to straighten out your loops a bit. Trim that off. There, and I think we'll just add a bit of ribbon as well. So we'll put the ribbon down first. Just going to put some glue there. Hold that down. And then add my little bow. And that's where we are at right now. Super cute. And then we need to put something in the middle. What should we put in the middle? You could add a little flower or some trim. What do I have that would look nice? Maybe this. Eyelash trim would look cute on there too. I'm going to cut one of these little flowers, I think, that Karen sent me, Karen Billinger. Hey, Karen! This was some trim she sent me. And I think I'm just going to plop that in the center and maybe add a little bit of bling, because I like bling. So a bit of glue there. Flower. And what do we have? Ooh, let's use one of these. I've got these, oops, these little bling pieces that Julie has in her store, pearl and rhinestone. So that's what we're going to put in the middle of this one. Just hold that down for 1 second. And there you have it. Look how adorable. Super cute, right? Please ignore my glue strings, but there it is. So they're really easy to do, as you can see. Just use your imagination and add whatever you like. If you did do a thin little scallop trim on the edge, that would be super cute. You can add beads. You can do these in any color you like. I've kept fairly neutral, but you know, you could spray the burlap with your sprays and get all kinds of different colors. If you sprayed like the lighter colored burlap with your lindies, like they would be cute in this color, blue, or green, or anything. You could make these Christmas, anything. you know. They would be super adorable on projects. There's the one we made. And then here's some that I did before again. So check out Google Images or draw your own little template, but you saw how super easy it was just to even eyeball it, because all you're doing is a large curve and then a small curve, and that's it. If you fold your fabric over, you only have to do that. So you can see, you know, you're just going to cut in and then a little one, like a big curve and a little curve, two little hills there. And then there's this one. Really adorable. So I will be using these on an upcoming project, so watch out for that. But I love them. I think they're really, really sweet, and it's another little item that you can make to use up the snippets that we all have tons of. So I hope you like my little tutorial, guys. Let me know what you think, and I will be back soon with another project. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.